Hello everyone. Today I'm going to review a fruit snack that I have not so fond memories of. This snack was marketed in the 80s and maybe the 90s was when it hit the market, but I remember eating bag after bag after bag of them. It was so incredible to enjoy a fruit snack that was filled with an oozy filling that I overindulged, and I remember feeling quite ill. But this was after an extended period of enjoying the snack, actually being really enamored of the snack and eating it quite a lot. So I haven't touched it really since that period. And so I've avoided it. I've done who knows how many dozens of candy reviews, and every time I've seen Gushers on the market shelf, I've just glossed right over it. So today I'm going to give it a try, and I think now that my palate is really accustomed to these different varieties of fruit snacks, and I've expanded my knowledge of the fruit snack game, I might be able to give it the objective evaluation that it needs. I did do a little reconnaissance. This is not something I normally do with snacks. I prefer to go in blind. But this time I did look up Fruit Snackia online, okay? And I remember maybe 6 months ago I reviewed a candy that had a tie-in with an app, and it was the fruit snacks themselves grabbing shotguns and blasting zombies on the game, and I thought that was pretty unique. But this is a far more elaborate and, to me, enjoyable tie-in because they've got a well-developed website, and it just sat on my computer for a while, and then it prompted me to go outside and get some exercise instead of being on the computer for so long, and I agree with the Fruit Snackia folks. Anyway, so there's a line of commercials that it's worth watching. It's pretty entertaining. They have these characters. There's a number of them. Oops, yeah, these guys. And they get into funny situations, and you can watch the collected commercials on YouTube. It only takes about a minute and a half, and some of them are pretty entertaining. Like this one in particular, Larry, which is the Gusher. See, it's all tied in with Fruit by the Foot and the other brands from this corporation. But anyway, they're on the beach here, and they're trying to impress one of the ladies who's tanning herself, and she's also a fruit roll-up or some kind of fruit snack. So they're all doing different things to impress her, like flexing or trying to be cool. But Larry here, the Gusher, he pulls a straw out, and he stabs it into his body, and then he puts a cup under the straw, and all of his gooey, gushy insides goes into the cup, and he extends his arm to the lady, and she gladly takes it, and he impresses her and gets the girl that way. So I thought that was pretty funny, and then the other commercials were creative and funny too. So this is a fond, or at least I'm fond of the characters, I'm fond of the marketing strategy so far, and I'm also fond of the ingredients list. And this is what was the clincher. I was just going to not buy it. I thought, once again, how many decades have to go by for me to hang on to these associations that make me not want to give a product another go. But here's what got it for me. The first ingredient is pears from concentrate. And then, of course, sugars and corn syrup, all the other stuff, the other bad stuff. But there's also some grape juice, and then kind of a lot of ingredients. But there's two different flavors we're going to try today, but both of them start with pears from concentrate. So I like the idea of this. And the Fruit Snackia website had like games on there, and you could design your own like fruit snack monster or fruit snack character. Linus is my favorite. He's getting into mischief on the commercials. Alright, and so packaging notes, we can move forward. This yellow and purple combo, I think it'd be better if it wasn't just these broad expanses of yellow, but I love this rainbow splash coming up, so that's really appealing. So overall, just sort of a lukewarm feeling. They're really pushing these characters. They're on almost on every surface, and I suppose they're on TV. They've got to be. There were more than just Lloyd, Larry, and Linus. Lloyd and Linus look like fruit roll-ups or fruit by the foot characters. I think there's another one, or at least another couple. So there's antagonists and just a rich world they've developed to market this. I'm waiting for the TV show. So anyway, let's go on. We're going to go into Strawberry Splash and also a separate pouch filled with tropical flavors. Alright, and we've got some real fruit in there. Let's see. These, well, is there a way to tell? There must be. Maybe it's just two different snacks, two different types in each pouch. I guess that's what is probably going on. Okay, this is a little better for me because it's, yeah, you can tell it's got a rainbow effect, but the metal-like foil packaging gives it a glimmering effervescence. So this starts the experience off right. I like, this color's a little duller. Well, at least, I mean, the rainbow colors are a little duller. So now it's time for a sniff check. I'm going to make sure my palate's totally clear. I don't know what I did, but in my childhood, I ate a lot of Slim Jims. And I made myself sick of those probably on more than one occasion. And also Gushers. Those are the only two things that stick in my mind that I would eat, you know, a family-sized portion of them just all at once. And, yeah, so Gushers, we're going to be encountering one another for the first time in at least a decade. Probably more than a decade, probably like 15 years or so, I don't know. So let's go. Yeah, that somehow smells familiar. And I don't think it's an aroma that I've found in other fruit snacks. Maybe I've had some Betty Crocker fruit snacks that were similarly scented. But at least in my mind, it's flooding back, gushing back. It is tough to stay objective. Let's see. It's got a little bit of a middle to top range as far as the band of aromas. Not too much lurking in there, but something is swirling in the back, and I guess it's that peach puree, and that's what grounds it. And it's keeping it pretty schizophrenic. Like there's a top band of aromatic notes, and then there's also like something lurking in there that's like around the fringes, and it just keeps everything a little bit more, you know, like a pear, like gritty, and like a sandy sort of a texturally, an aromatic texture that's a little bit more. A little dense, a little bit more bracing. And these are only red ones. These are the red ones. Now I'm going to, there's not any indicator really of what's what. So I'm going to have to just continue opening pouches until I run into what I suppose will be the tropical options. Okay, here we go. Well, okay. The tropical ones, it seems, give you a range of colors and fruit flavors. I'm noticing red, green, orange, and blue. And this smells a little different. It's not got that characteristic Gushers, or what I'm thinking might be the characteristic classical Gushers aroma. This one's lacking that bottom note. That's that kept everything schizophrenic in the last aromatic test. This one's a little bit more lighter, and it actually does. I would think I can describe it as breezy. But marked through with something that muddies it up and makes it a little less than ideal. Strange to describe these aromatics, though. It's definitely got a little bit more of an upfront. It's still within that narrow band of like upper middle, middling, sort of like a note, but it's got a little. Well, it's got kind of a unique smell. Both of them are unique among gummy treats that I've enjoyed or sampled and rated over the last several months. So I'm going to start with the red, okay? And now let's have a couple of notes about they're all stuck together, okay? And I don't think the others were. We'll find out. I don't know if that's just the storage. Okay, and now that I've peeled one off, we have jewels. Beautiful, well-designed, not cut like a ruby, but obviously an unhewn gemstone kind of a look. So shiny or like glossy, but not right up front with the bright color. It's more of a little bit of a dim color, like almost edging on a rich pink instead of a red. So beautiful. Now I keep going back to the water cup. My palate's totally clear. This is just trepidation. This is pure trepidation. Your humble reviewer, folks. I don't know what to expect here. Okay. Just moving it around my mouth surfaces, I'm getting a pretty appealing fruity flavor. Mild. The treat feels good texturally. This very light, fruity flavor. If it was a lozenge or something, I don't like hard candies. I really don't ever like or eat hard candies. But if this was a lozenge or some kind of a candy, I would really be enjoying this lightness of the flavor. Okay, now that I've had it in my mouth a while, the cellular walls are getting to break down. I'm about to get some gush. I'm just going to bite right into it. And barely anything emerged. In my mind, there was going to be a tremendous gush. It's a little sticky on the teeth, but not overly so, not that worrisome. I'm not really having to maneuver my tongue around to get the pieces off my teeth too much. They're freeing themselves from my enamel pretty readily. Well, except for maybe that one little piece. Now I'm confronted with a little bit of a drying sensation. A very dry sensation now that I've swallowed. So something in the fruity filling just took all the moisture out of my mouth. In fact, I really feel rather thirsty now after only having one of them. Alright, so now I'm going to eat like 2 more altogether. Just to get more of an upfront I mean, I'm just going to chew them up real fast, you know. Okay. Texturally, it's pretty unique because there's a firmness to the walls that encapsulate the juice. Well, there's a firmness overall, which I like. It's a mix of fruit flavors. They're hard to pin. It's strawberry splash, they say. Not much of a splash to speak of. Overall, if I didn't know these were Gushers, I would rate them kind of in the middle. The only thing that's really worrisome is that after is a little bit of the aroma is a little bit troubling, and then that aftertaste is sort of really unusually drying to my mouth cavity. All right, so now this one seems far more interesting to me. I don't like how they don't label them because, you know what, like if you did feel like you wanted a particular pouch, you wouldn't even know what you're grabbing. You'd have to open every pouch to find out. And these beautiful gemstones look really appealing because I love the non-fluorescent look. These emeralds, really dull. I mean, it's got some light shining right on it from behind the camera, but very dull looking, which I like this a lot. There's only one orange. So we've got 4 more to try here. Who would have known? So first, this red one, I think that's the same. Let me see. No, the color is different. Everyone, the color is different. See, these are the regular strawberry, and then this one's a little lighter. I don't know if it's just the blend or the way that they're packaged or processed, but there's a very clear difference. It's much lighter. So I'm going to try this one first. I just popped that right in my mouth. Like, I mean, I was just eating something. Like I was taking a walk to the park or something. All right. It's a different flavor. It's a good flavor. It's asserting itself. Nice and fruity. It's not really streaked with any bad flavors. I guess I can say that strawberry wasn't either. Only when I was being picky with the aromatics was I noting some trouble in that category. Not too bad. All right. So I suppose we'll have now this orange one. Is there a gemstone that's orange? There must be. Like agate? I don't know if I'm right about that. My gemstone friends wouldn't approve of my lack of knowledge. I like that there's a base note holding this orange back. It looked like it had a smear of blue on it, so maybe I should have checked and seen if the gel itself was a different color, but that was the only orange in this pouch. So, again, the only thing that's getting me is this drying sensation, and my palate really is, nothing strange is going on with it. I mean, it really is just a result of these treats. So with this sapphire, I'm going to nibble the tip and see if the juice is a different color. It was clear, with purple against the blue. Well, this is all pretty restrained, and to me, I was thinking it was just going to be, you know, with the marketing strategy, with my memories about these treats, I was thinking it was going to be, you know, in your face. bothersome sorts of flavors. That one may have been my least favorite so far, and the orange wasn't stellar, but its restraint was noteworthy, making it better than a lot of the cheap orange tastes normally found in gummies. So now just one more green one. Wow. Some tastes in there like I was not expecting. That really took me on a kind of a roller coaster of tastes. The green one. Jeez. That one was all over the map. At first it was kind of vegetal, and I thought, what is going on with this flavor? And then it transitioned a few times. I'm gonna try another green one. This one's really hard to pinpoint, but I like that. It's not the... Well, this is nothing like what I would have expected. Really complex. Not too sweet. And I'm sure this would be a good accompaniment to the other flavors when they're enjoyed in concert. But I can't even really place what's going on in the green one. Well, anyway, let's end the review. I'm going to have, in my customary way, a handful of them. Okay, so I suppose I'll take one of the reds from the strawberry splash pack, and one of everything except the orange from the tropical flavors pack. And I'm going to eat them all at the same time. And then in this case, usually I masticate with more of a frenzied approach to give the impression and the sensations that you would get from just casually chewing up the candy and not really trying to evaluate it so intensely. Texturally good, mild in flavor, that's another plus. Well, it's a mood thing. I suppose sometimes you would want a really more direct and approachable flavor, but for me, a lot of times I do like subtlety and flavors that reveal their charms a little more slowly. Some raw fruitiness coming out. Just some fruit cell walls in there at the ending. And this review is coming to a close now, and I've got to give it the nod of approval. And I couldn't have expected that I would have had such a good time, such a unique experience sampling these Gushers. So maybe my fear was unfounded. Maybe it was just sourced in memories, these sour experiences that occurred while I was developing my taste for gummies.